I just want to say one thing. The killing of the rabbi was very unfortunate. But still, I want to send a very important message to all of you. The UAE is still the safest country in the world. But even the safest country, you cannot prevent crime 100%. But the perpetrators were extradited in a very short time.
Very impressive.
They fled to Turkey, but they were extradited in a very short time. The UAE has taken great measures to prevent this from happening again. Very unfortunate, and I knew him personally. He was a great guy, an angel from the heavens, Rabbi Tzvi Kogan, and may his memory be a blessing. And the message that they wanted to say, or they wanted to convey, the perpetrators, to stop this from continuing. And I'm not really sorry to disappoint them, but we will continue doing this, and we will build and grow even more, inshallah.
We got a lot to talk about, because what UAE is doing is amazing in building bridges and leading the Arab world in the Abrahamic Accords and in being able to establish bridges with Israel. It's very, very exciting. I know that you know my cousin, who's the other Chabad rabbi in Abu Dhabi, Rabbi Mendel.
Rabbi Mendel, a good friend as well.
And you were at the wedding.
Yeah,
Tell us about the wedding.
2002, it was a massive wedding, 2022.
A Chabad wedding in Abu Dhabi. And there were like all sorts of raruch, what is that? Rotra, yeah. All sorts of rotra and
kandura.
Kandura?
Yes.
So they were actually
It was massive, it was massive. It was massive. And
that's
it was,
amazing, a Chabad wedding in Abu Dhabi.
But this is a sign of tolerance that we want to normalize. Because, by the way, the word normalize is an accusation in so many places in the Arab world. They call me a normalizer. So what do you mean a normalizer? You want to normalize relations between Arabs and Israelis. Yes, okay, so that's an accusation. Of course it's an accusation. But it's not a bad accusation, it's a good accusation. We want to normalize these kind of scenes, that Arabs and Israelis or Muslims and Jews are coming together. So if you were in the wedding, you see how many Emiratis and how many locals and how many people were celebrating with the rabbi.
It's amazing. When I saw some pictures from the wedding, you see Chabad rabbis dancing with Arabs.
Yes.
Together at this beautiful wedding, so much love and just emphasizing what we have in common and downplaying anything which divides us in the most beautiful, beautiful way. But let's talk about your journey, Loay. Your journey of advocating for Jewish-Muslim dialogue has deepened over time. Can you share with us a pivotal moment that strengthened your commitment to building bridges between Arabs and Jews?
Many pivotal moments. I'll just say one. I remember in 2020 when Expo Dubai took place. How many of you have been to the UAE, by the way? Show of hand. Oh, not so many. So we need to work on that.
My wife wants to go.
We need to work on that and bring more people. So
how many kosher restaurants? Like five hotels?
Abu Dhabi, like...
Or Dubai, it's a lot.
Abu Dhabi 2, Dubai more. 5 or 6.
Impressive. More than Palm Beach Gardens, man. Go ahead.
Well, I didn't know that. So, I do remember in 2020 when Expo Dubai took place, it was the first interaction between so many people in the Gulf and Israel through the pavilion that was there in the Expo. And I remember having friends from Saudi, Egypt, and other parts of the Arab world come to me and they say, Loay, take us to the pavilion of your friends. When they say your friends, they mean Israel. Take us to the pavilion of your friends. And when they went to the Israeli pavilion, which was so Israeli but not Jewish, it was always high tech, but no sense of Judaism. This is what I didn't like about the...
Wow, that's so interesting.
This is what I didn't like about the... Yeah, it's all about high tech. Listen, I really love the idea that Israel is the speedy boat of high tech, technology, cybersecurity, AI. This is all great. But also you have the, how to say this, the pride of being biblical in the sense that you have to be proud of your Jewish identity.
Oh my gosh, this is beautiful.
And the most ironic thing when I hear people say, I'm an atheist Israeli. What? It doesn't make sense, man. I'm an atheist.
You are a miracle. If you still exist and you're still an atheist, how does that make sense?
Wow, it doesn't make
paradox.
sense. It doesn't make sense. But the bottom line is when some of my friends come to the to the Israeli pavilion and learn more about Israel. And then you see that so many of their convictions are being shattered because of what they were raised with. This is phenomenal. Because they come to me and say, well, Israelis, are nice, nice people. We can hang out, we can talk, we can, of course, what do you think? You know what they said? This is not what we were taught at school. And I do believe that. Because we were also taught at school so many bad things about Jews and Israelis. But that's one of the pivotal moments that I saw so many of my friends were having their views changed because they met Jews for the first time. Many people who hate Jews haven't met Jews.
Wow.
It's very important to say this. Many people who hate Jews haven't met Jews. You ask a person who is an anti-Semite or someone who hates Israel so much, ever been to Israel? No. Do you have a Jewish friend? No. So where do you get your information from? From the adversaries of the Jews, or from the anti-Semites who think that they are so educated about Jews and Israel and convey all the lies about the apartheid, about everything else that you hear on the media. But the people themselves, they haven't really met a Jew in their life. And when they do, so many of their beliefs shatter. And this is a positive shattering. So this is one of the positive things that happen in Expo.
It's the courage to face the other side and to humanize them.
Exactly.
To be able to see the people behind the faces, behind the caricature, behind the stereotype, and to be able to see the human being behind. So that's amazing.